Doc from Barcast Audio here today to talk with you about how bar exam essays are graded and the simple rule that you need to know that will allow you to score better on the bar exam essays. So, simply put, when you are writing a bar exam essay, you are not writing it to somebody who necessarily is going to know every bit of the law, or at least you need to pretend that. Because people who are grading the bar exam essays, they are attorneys, they're people who know the law, black letter law. But when you write a bar exam essay, you cannot assume knowledge on the part of the grader. What you need to do is break down the rules and the facts to the most modular level. And what is an example of this? So for example, when you see a contract law question on the bar exam, you may see this is a services contract, the UCC does not apply, common law is going to apply. You think that, you write your rule, you never even mention it because it's so obvious to you that the common law applies. There's no goods being exchanged here. So why would you use the UCC? Why would you even mention the common law? That's wrong. It's the wrong attitude to take here. Because you need to explain every bar exam essay like you're explaining it to a third grader. You need to get into the modular details, break it down very succinctly, organize very well, so that you are explaining this on the most modular level. Breaking down rules into elements, 1, 2, 3, having headings. You need to set everything up when you're writing out these bar exam essays to allow literally a third grader to look through and go down a checklist and say, oh, they mentioned this thing, oh, they mentioned this thing, because these bar exam graders, they're ripping through these essays very quickly. They're not spending a lot of time on these. They have too much work to be done. They want to get these grades out to the students who take the bar exam. Don't give them any opportunity to not give you points. Don't assume anything. Do not assume that they know any element of the law. Don't assume that they know the common law applies here. Don't assume that they know that the UCC 9 applies to a secure transactions question. Put that one sentence in. It's extra points for you. It allows you to make up more points both in the rule statement and in the facts, in the actual analysis section by saying, well, this is clearly a services contract, so the UCC would not apply. The common law would apply here. That's just very easy points. Maybe even, I don't know, 3, 2, 1. Just very easy points for you to score on your exam. Now, the second key tip to understand how the bar exam essays are graded is to understand that you are not writing to a gray area. In law school, a lot of times we're writing to this idea of maybe, somewhere between two ideas. We are not writing to maybe on the bar exam. When these graders are looking for an answer, when they're looking at an answer, when they're grading it, they're looking for a specific answer. They're not looking to say, well, if this, then that. They're really looking for you to say, here, this happened because this, thus this. That's black, white, that's how they want it put down. They don't want a gray area. They want you to simply pick a side, argue that side. Hopefully you're correct, but either way, connect the facts of the hypo with the rule of law as you put it, and do not attempt to dance in this little gray area where we score a lot of points in law school. Well, if this, then that. This is sort of like the case of, no, nobody cares about that in the bar exam. Again, write like you're writing to a third grader. No room for gray area. Don't write to the gray area. Write to black and white. These are two key principles. Write like you're, again, writing to a third grader. And second, do not write to a gray area. Those will automatically allow you to score better come bar exam time. Remember them every time you're writing an essay. There is no element of a rule too minuscule, too modular to not include in your explanation. It gives you 2 opportunities for points. So keep those 2 rules in mind as you're going through your bar exam essays.